one term I hear a lot about, a lot more recently, is white privilege. And white privilege, if it means that people like myself, white people, have an easier road, in life in America because of the way the system is set up, I would totally agree that is totally true. It is just easier. My question to you is this: do you feel like there is opportunity in America today? When you look at the future, do you feel like there is an opportunity for people of color to succeed, to get ahead? How are you looking at it, the future, with optimism, or like it's almost a wall that is almost impossible to get over? I'm trying to understand that.
Well, yes, there's opportunity. That's up to the individual. The stereotype, black or white, that's really accurate in my opinion. Mm-hmm. African Americans, they've been successful since the beginning of this country, and the opportunity is there. It's up to the individual.
Yeah.
I agree with them. I still look at it. Even my grandmother, bad part on her side, she only had the 6th grade education, and she's been retired for over 25 years, have 5 properties, and she's doing really well. So I think opportunities there. All of her children are doing very well, grandchildren. So I think that whether easy or difficult, you have to want it bad enough. So I do believe opportunity. This is still the land of the free, home of the brave. You just got to fight for it sometimes. A little bit harder than you may have wanted to, but yeah, it's there.
I think sometimes what you just said, for me to verbalize what you just said, it seems insensitive,
Mm-hmm.
But for you to say it is a little bit differently, it is a little bit different, because I was wondering how people really felt about that. If this truly is the land of the free and home of the brave anymore, do you really view America that way? And it's refreshing to hear you say that, because I want to believe that when people get the gospel in their heart, the gospel elevates them. They see life differently. They see their future differently. And for people of faith, we want to believe that people still believe that they can make it in America. So you were going to say something. I interrupted you, I think.
Yeah, I agree with Daniel. Because from my own personal experience, and that's kind of like what I can speak for as far as fact. Those are the experiences that I've had. I grew up really, really rough growing up, but I made it a point to try and bond with people, just because of the way I grew up. I didn't like it. I thought it was bad. I thought that no one should have to live that way. So I just made a conscious decision on my own to try and work hard to get what the things that I wanted. And when I worked hard and I got disciplined and I actually put my best foot forward, opportunities were presented. And I really feel as though it just needs to be like a mentality switch, for people to understand that the opportunities are there, but they're not going to fall out of the sky. You have to put in some work for it to happen, and if everyone just changes the way they think about the opportunities, because they're here in America. I mean, especially now in this day and age, digital, there's just the opportunities have just gone through the roof. And there's just so many ways that we can overcome all these things, but it just takes a mentality shift to realize that you as an individual can, and you can't use an excuse if you don't.
Yeah.
I just want to change the shift a little, because what we consider opportunity and success in general is not, to gather wealth and to, but if we have the God, we know the God of everything that's behind everything that can bring us to whatever purpose and destiny and calling, that success is to follow Him. So, and I believe that he doesn't look at our skin, He doesn't care. So yes, I believe we've always had that, and we have favor in generations and generations and generations. So I'm kind of sidestepping the thing, but I just don't see wealth and gathering things to ourselves to be, in fact, it's a lot of times it's the opposite, it brings you the opposite. So
true. That's a good point to bring up.
On the opposite end of that, I hate to play the devil's advocate, so to speak, but a lot of the things have been brought upon by our culture, the stigmas and things like that, the hard times to get the jobs because somebody ahead of us went and ruined the opportunity. And so it's where we've made it hard for ourselves, and then it's hard to overcome those obstacles that somebody else put in place. You know, so there's been times where it's been rough, but then there's been also been times where I've been able to walk in the door of a job and go straight to a supervisory position. And so I just believe that as long as we keep striving to be better people, that we'll get there.
Amen. Amen. Good word. Good word. Scott, you want to say something?
Yeah, you know, I do believe that there's opportunities. My parents, both African American, were in college in the 60s, and they graduated, went on to medical school, and they've been surgeons for the better part of their career. They're both finally toward the end of their careers, but they raised 3 children, were both successful, and I do believe that we've had opportunities throughout our entire lives, and now with serving God, of course, we're charged with following His plan and His purpose. So to piggyback off of what Lori said, absolutely following the Lord and His plan and His purpose is paramount to anything else. But as a Black woman in America, I do believe that I've had opportunity. I've had the choice to make. Do I want to work hard, or do I not want to work hard? And I was determined to work 3 times harder than everybody else, and I was able to be successful. So.
Yeah, you just gotta get in there. You know,
Yeah.
you just have to get in there. That's really the only way. You have to get in, so that you can understand. Because like that's what experience is the best teacher. You have to just get in there, and the understanding will come.
I plan on doing that. And I want to encourage all of our listeners today to do the same thing. Just determine in your heart, make a determination, resolve in your spirit that it's not going to be status quo. That when you see someone who's different than you, that should just be like a hunger pain makes you want to eat. When you see someone who's different than you, that you just go and just say, introduce yourself, and don't let the differentness be a wall. Let it be just a trigger to walk up and say, you know, my name is Luke, and hey, I want to know about you, and start building relationships. It's the only way. It really is the only way. If anything else comes to mind, any questions, anything we can do as a church, as a family, to make things easier, and to make the church feel more welcome, the church at whole. Anybody here feel the call of God upon your life? You all do. So awesome. You're our future leaders. You are our future leaders at Dream. We have a college, but you know, this is one thing that we can do to begin to build our community with leaders, so they can, when they look up on the stage, they can see that they're represented well, you know, within our church, and that's going to be a value moving forward. So stay faithful in the program, graduate, get your Dream City College, and get you rolling, because we're really proud of you guys. Man, that's so encouraging. All of you feel called to the ministry. That's awesome. Thank you guys for your time today. It's so cool to watch what God is doing in each of your lives. We're just really grateful to you all. Thank you. Bless you guys.